Welcome to Northland Basketball, presented by Sports Zone Radio. Exclusive coverage of Navajo Nation and White Mountains varsity basketball online at sportszone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio smartphone app. And now, it's time for Northland Basketball.
Varsity showdown is coming up first here today from Page High School. The number 11 ranked Page Sand Devil boys basketball team is getting set to take on the number 34 Alchesay Falcons. Coming into the game, Page has a pretty good record, 15-7 overall on the season. The Alchesay Falcons 7-18 and disappointed after last night's loss at home to Ganado. The Alchesay Falcons had a late 10-point lead in that game, but couldn't hold on to it. And Ganado ends up with a 2-point victory over the Alchesay Falcons in 3A North region play last night. That's going to help Ganado, who's been playing some pretty good basketball lately. They have a recent victory over this highly ranked Page Sand Devils team. The Ganado Hornets are looking like a team that everybody is going to have to reckon with as we get into the 3A North Region Tournament coming up in a little bit. I spoke with head coach Kyle Goklish of Alchesay just a few moments ago. As we get a late start on this one today, we're going to start about 20 minutes later than expected for this showdown. Some issues of traveling here and getting here late for the Falcons teams. But we're about ready to go on this one. I spoke to Coach Goklish, and you know, he's reasonably happy with his team. They've had some hard luck, and, you know, he gave a lot of credit to Ganado for their comeback win last night. And Coach Goklish told me, that this team, his team, is going to have to – they're going to have to get into the state playoffs with their effort in the region tournament. And that, of course, makes a lot of sense. Ranked number 34 right now in the state means that even if they beat Page tonight, they're probably still not going to get a chance to – get an automatic bid for the state playoffs. However, and this is what's great about the 3A North and having a region tournament, is that if you finish 1 or 2 in the region tournament in the North, you automatically get to go to the state playoffs. And for the Falcons, that's what they're hanging their hopes on. But a win tonight over this highly ranked Page team would go a long way toward their confidence for accomplishing that very thing and give them a lift going into the North tournament. For the Sand Devils, well, you know, a little bit disappointed in that recent loss to the Ganado Hornets. And the Sand Devils, well, they want to prove to everybody just who they are. That record overall on the season, 15-7, pretty sparkling, isn't it? And they're ranked number 11 right now in the state. This Sand Devils team, you know, outstanding. Our first chance this season to actually see them at a home game here in Page. And that is not by intent. We scheduled 3 previous trips to Page, 3 broadcasts that we were supposed to have at this point this point of the season. But twice we were canceled because of weather and once because of a tragedy that took place here the day before. So finally a chance to see the Page Sand Devils at home at their home facility. And let's check in with the public address announcer for the starting lineups.
Number 5, Frankie Lee. Number 10, Homer Paul. And number 12, Chauncey Newhall. Let's get fired up as we introduce Roosters for the Sand Devils. Number 1, Joey Benali. Number 2, Bryce Williams. Number 21, Jackson Smith. Number 30, number 33, Tyree Stingley. Our referees for this game are Mike Seavey, Neil Yazzie, and Brian Ika.
About ready to go, everybody. Welcome back to Page High School. Floyd Simmons here on the play-by-play call of this broadcast of Northland basketball. Thanks for joining us. And after they sort it all out, get a little bit of a late start, here we go. Big 3A North matchup between these two teams. And it means so much to the Falcons. Page wants to carry on some good momentum into next week's 3A North Region tournament. And right off the tip, it's tied up. And we're going to jump it again. This is the only time you jump the ball, beginning of a game, beginning of overtime, and then if you mess up the tip and you tangle it up again, you jump it again. So now we're going to get Alchesay's Texas James jumping against, I believe that's Bryce Williams that he gets to jump against out there. And we'll do it again. The tip, controlled by the Sand Devils. We're underway, everybody, with Northland basketball, presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. Joey Benali handles the basketball. Bryce Williams in the starting lineup. Ball goes inside, and what a nice effort down low by Talon Herder. Down in the low block, he took the pass, took it straight up and off the glass. And we start out a 2-0 early lead for the Sand Devils. And defensively, they're going to knock one out of bounds. The Sand Devils are ranked number 11 in the state. Alchesay ranked number 34, so the Falcons are well outside the playoff bubble and will not get into the state playoffs unless they can finish in the top 2 of the 3A North Region tournament next week. Sand Devils, no matter what at this point, are going to be in the state playoffs. The question is, where will they be seated? Right now, they would have a first-round home game based on being ranked number 11 in the state. Here is a reverse lay-in attempt that is no good for Frankie Lee along the baseline. Sand Devils will get possession of the ball. To the corner. Jackson Smith now outside. The shot is no good, and Smith will knock it out of bounds. And then tie his shoelaces. The early shoelaces mishap. And the Falcons get the ball back. There's Coach Kyle Goklish. He has been to 4 state championship games. Once as a player, 3 times as a coach. And he has been the bridesmaid every time. He has been a runner-up in all 4 of his state championship game appearances. He appeared in the state championship game in 1998. As a player with the Falcons, a season where he averaged about 23 points a game and was, I believe, a second-team all-state selection back in his days. And they ended up losing the championship game to the Coolidge Bears in 1998. Well, at the top of the key for Joey Benali, and he'll send it inside. Tyree Stingley knocked from his hands, and that should be a hand check on the Falcons. It is, and the young gentleman there that picked it up is Jeremiah Lavender. Lavender's first foul of the game. Inbound it comes to the corner. And the return pass, a try for 3. It's no good for Benali, and it's knocked out of bounds off of the Falcons. Falcons will have to go back to defense. And the Sand Devils with an opportunity to run an inbound play here. New into the game for the Sand Devils is Max Reed. Max Reed replaces Jackson Smith for the Sand Devils. Joins Tyree Stingley, Joey Benali. Bryce Williams is out there. And we'll check the young man, the gentleman getting set to throw it in. Looking. Well, that's Benali that did throw it in. And The fifth of the Sand Devils right now is Talon Herder. Herder from the corner to Stingley, who will miss on his attempt. Another attempt, no good, and it's ripped down. Aggressive rebound by Brett Kosei. Here come the Falcons. Spin, and we'll get an offensive foul called early in this one. That is Chauncey Newhall, who was trying to work inside. And these two teams early on with a lot of aggressiveness on the offensive end of the floor. Saw Tyree Stingley battling a moment ago on his couple of tries, and there was Chauncey doing everything he could to clear himself some space to get in near the basket. Early score remains 2-0. The defenses playing tough. The head fake. We think it was a head fake. I think the shot attempt right there was, I think Max Reed was going to shoot, and then he just thought, oh my, that guy's right in my face. And the ball goes out of bounds. The Falcons get it back. 5:35 on the clock, first quarter, and Kyle Goklish calls a Falcons early timeout in this game. They got a little bit of time to warm up. Didn't get a lot of time here in the gym. I mean, they got off the bus, went straight to their locker room, got changed, came out, and they were shooting around. They got plenty of warm-up time on the court, but no decompression time off that long drive. That long drive from White River to Page. They stopped for a meal in Flagstaff. Kind of a tough thing. I mean, but that's a little bit like summer basketball, isn't it? That's like you drive halfway across the state to go play a summer basketball game, and as soon as you get out of the car, I mean, you time your trip out so you get there right at tip time. You get out, throw your clothes on, throw your gear on, and take a couple of warm-up shots, play the first of 4 basketball games that day, right? Here's a Chauncey Newhall drive. Oh, nice move adjustment. He went around Stingley on that, but it was too much off the glass. It looked great as he went right then left, zigging and zagging, and shot a little too strong. Chauncey to throw it in, and he is going to have his inbound pass tipped away for another try from the other side of the goal. We've got 5:18 on the clock in the first quarter. Long inbound pass comes in for the Falcons. And a pass that gets stolen. Brent Aday trying to get it to the corner, and Max Reed steals it for the Sand Devils. There's Reed. Again, the head fake. And a shovel pass that is stolen. The Falcons, unable to finish. Offensive rebound, another tryout. That one's not going to go, and Stingley cleans it up. That was a great play by Jeremiah Lavender. He got the steal, but he couldn't finish. And the 2 shots, Lavender's effort on the offensive end wouldn't go in. Boy, I tell you, these offenses, the fits and starts of this young game, so far nobody has gotten on a roll. Inbound pass from Lavender is eventually picked up by Brett Kosei, but his pass in the middle is stolen by Stingley. Stolen back by Lavender. Again, the offense is just unable to get a lot going on. There's a foul, and I think Stingley stepped down on defense to commit the foul, and he did. That'll be the first foul of the game on Tyree Stingley. Step back, jump shot, missed it all right there, didn't it? At the free throw line for the Falcons is Brent Aday. Brent Aday try to get his team on the board, and the first one is off the mark. Falcons ranked number 34 in the state. Page number 11. The standings in the north. Well, the Sand Devils are going to get the number 2 seed and finish number 2 no matter what happens today. They'll get the number 2 seed in the upcoming 3A North Region tournament. Second foul shot good, and the first point that registered for the Falcons. The Falcons are even up with Tuba City coming into today's action. Both have 3 and 8 region records, tied for 5th in the region. And so the outcome of this one may have something to do with how the Falcons are seeded for the upcoming region tournament. The main thing is, regardless of whether they finish ahead of or behind Tuba City for seeding purposes in the tournament, Main thing is the Falcons have to finish in the top two, and same can be said of Winter Rock, Tuba City. You know, I mean, you gotta win some games. This is the bottom line. How about some rankings for the other teams from the north? How about Tuba City, Winter Rock, Ganado? Where do they stand in the rankings? Winter Rock is number 41. No conceivable chance of getting into the state playoff without finishing in the top two of the tournament. Tuba City is number 32, kind of the same boat. Ganado, I mean, say the same thing. They're number 29 in the state. We're going to get a foul on the Falcons right here. That's Ty Gashoni into the game and into the stat column with a foul early on here. 3:40 on the clock in the first quarter. Jackson Smith at the line. That one is good for Jackson. We're getting a great assist today. Not just our production team, you know, Derek Simmons, our producer, Julio K, technical director, Jessica K on camera. That's our broadcast team. Looks like there should be a lot more people, doesn't it? I mean, you know, when you look at the finished product, these guys do such a great job. Pat them on the back. But we're also getting a hand from Jennifer from the staff here at Page High School. Jennifer is operating our scoreboard today, and we're very grateful for her assist with us at Page today. We're going to get a whistle after 2 free throws for Jackson Smith. Here's Jennifer right here. Jennifer, wave to the camera. Thank you for your help today. Whistle and the first foul of the game on Texas James. No, second foul? I'm a little confused. Nope, it's the other side. It's Bryce Williams. That makes more sense. Bryce Williams committed the foul. Alchesay inbound. Tyree Stingley steal. And underneath, Bryce Williams missed. Got it back. He's battling. It's ripped away. Scramble. Jump. Ball. Great job by the Falcons, but Bryce Williams working hard with defenders surrounding him, and it ends up being a jump ball that belongs to Alchesay, the possession arrow. And more great defense. Tyree Stingley breaks it up. Falcons will steal that pass, and it was Ty Gashoni with the steal. Chauncey Newhall. That's the three, and the Falcons needed it. Chauncey averages right at 19 or 20 a game for the Falcons, and because he can hit shots like that. Bryce Williams. That's going to bounce off, no good there. And the ball knocked out of bounds. Stingley ends up knocking one of the Falcons down. The Falcon fans present wanted a call on Tyree. But I got to tell you, listen, you know, Tyree is built so sturdy. Watch him on this rebound attempt. He's built so sturdy that any little bit of contact, him on your typical average, you know, North Region player, and somebody else is going to end up on the ground, and it's not always a very aggressive push. And I think the officials did a good job right there to spot it and look at it and go, you know, Tyree he didn't come in particularly hard. It's just, I mean, look at the guy. He's statuesque. I mean, he's built like a Greek god out there, okay? Just a little bump is going to put you on the ground. Here's Page with the inbound. 30 seconds on the clock. Tyree with a great pass underneath to Jackson. Jackson couldn't finish on his shot attempt. And we get that collision now. And then we'll get a foul. We'll get a timeout as well. Falcons want to spend their second timeout early in the game. And no foul called on that. We'll grab a timeout, everybody. Back in 30 seconds. This is Northland basketball presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.
With Choice NTUA Wireless, you can work, stream, surf, and play with the full power of our broadband service. We have expanded our network for more coverage and improved internet plans for your home. Visit one of our Choice NTUA Wireless locations nearest you to get started. Give us a call at 928-730-2273 or go online now to choice-wireless.com/broadband and order your home internet connection today. Choice NTUA Wireless. Navajo owned, Navajo proud.
The action resumes here at Page High School in the first quarter. We'll get a three from Chauncey Newhall. There he is. Chauncey's got his second three of the first quarter, and the Falcons have a 7-4 lead over the number 11 ranked Page Sand Devils. The Sand Devils in sole possession of second place right now in the 3A North region. They are going to go into the tournament, the number 2 seed, because the Chinle Wildcats assured themselves with a victory last night of finishing first in the region. There's a foul called on Frankie Lee, his first of the game for the Falcons. Inbound for the Sand Devils, and a pass that's picked off, stolen by Frankie Lee for the Falcons. Good job by Frankie stepping in there in the passing lane. And now Texas James, some great orange Texas-style basketball shoes. Look at the shoe colorings out there. You got a lot of bright fluorescent colorings with these kids. There's bright green fluorescent for Chauncey Newhall, and a dribble that's almost taken away by the Sand Devils. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Newhall pulls up at the foul line, and the jump shot's no good. Tipped around and knocked out by Chauncey. That'll belong to the Sand Devils. Look at the shoe variety and the colors out there. I like it. Very colorful. Today, you got 94 seconds left in the first quarter. Want to mention you're listening live and local across the White Mountains on Mix 98, KRFM Sholo, the broadcast home of Sports Zone Radio. Everybody's got the shoes today. I feel a little bit. I feel a little bit basic here with my basic white shoes. I don't have the colors. Of course, I couldn't pull off the colors. Couldn't do it. I'm a little more like Coach Koklish over there with his basic blacks. Inbound for the Sand Devils across into front court. 1:24 left in the first quarter. 7-4 Falcons. There's a jump shot by Stingley from the baseline that goes over the entire apparatus. Falcons have it. Brent Aday drops it back. Ty Gashoni with it. Now back to Aday at the top. Trying to drive. Stops at the foul line, and his shot is short. And on the rebound, a whistle and a foul. And it looks like the foul is going to go against the Falcons. Jeremiah Lavender, second foul of the game. So Lavender he's like, I don't know, Coach. I'm not sure what happened. Wasn't me. That is going to put Sand Devils at the foul line. Max Reed is out there. And Reed will close the gap a little bit, make it a 2-point game. Alchesay 7, Page 5 with the Sand Devils, and another pending free throw shot. There is Justin Smith, the coach that brought the Sand Devils their first ever boys state championship victory. And the inbound after the foul shots were made, stolen by Tyrese Stingley. His jump shot no good. Under a minute left in the quarter. Gashoni brings it up. Bounce pass left side. There's Brent Aday. Sorry, that's Lavender, Jeremiah Lavender. And now a steal. Stingley's had a great defensive first quarter. Drive, shot goes up. Nope, going to wave it off and say player control foul. That's offensive charging on Stingley. Watch him right here. So that's a tough call. It's a tough call. That is, they've changed the rules and they've tightened that up a lot. You see Stingley go to the bench here for the final just less than 40 seconds of the quarter. Don't want to pick up that third foul. That's one of those that's so borderline. You could call it either way, and I just don't know that you would have a lot of people with a valid argument against either call. Drive and dish by Newhall, and a nice finish by Lavender. Jeremiah's got his first basket of the game for the Falcons. We got 14 seconds on the clock. No shot clock here now. 10 seconds left first quarter. Jackson Smith high post. Joey Benali outside. 3 seconds. Shot goes up, and no good there at the buzzer. Brings us to the end of the first quarter, and our score, Alchesay 9, Page 6. Defenses reigning supreme in that first quarter. We'll be back in just a moment with the second quarter, everybody. This is Northland Basketball, presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.
With Choice NTUA Wireless, you can work, stream, surf, and play with the full power of our broadband service. We have expanded our network for more coverage and improved internet plans for your home. Visit one of our Choice NTUA Wireless locations nearest you to get started. Give us a call at 928-730-2273 or go online now to choice-wireless.com/broadband and order your home internet connection today. Choice NTUA Wireless. Navajo owned, Navajo proud.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
Inbound for the Page Sand Devils. The second quarter begins. Everybody, welcome back to Northland Basketball. It's brought to you by Choice NTUA Wireless and great sponsors like Holbrook Family Dentistry. Whistle and a foul assessed on Jeremiah Lavender, and watch out. That's the third foul of the game on Jeremiah, so Coach Goklish goes to his bench, and Brett Kosay replaces Lavender quickly on the floor. 13 seconds into the quarter, and you got to go to the bench. Inbound. Max Reed takes the inbound pass for the Sand Devils. Back outside, Joey Benali. Drive, throw it up there. That one no good. And the Falcons have the rebound. Chauncey Newhall with a long pass up the floor. Brent Aday. And Brent will spin around to the basket and use that left hand effectively. Get his first field goal of the game. He's got 3 points in the game. And the Falcons, to start the second quarter, lead 11-6 now, 11-6. At halftime, the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. On the baseline, there's the move, and there's the nice finish. And I think we need to see more of that. I like Talon Herter's low blocks, low post offensive game. It's only his second field goal, but both times he's worked down there like that, he just looks so impressive. And now a blocked shot on the Alchesay drive. Joey Benali blocks it. Long outlet pass to Herter. He's off his fingertips out of bounds. The Falcons will get it back, but got a little first half momentum going on, this Falcons team does, and they lead by 3 right now, 11-8 over the much more highly ranked Page Sand Devils. The ball goes up in the front court. And now, great job to find Brent Aday on the ball near the baseline under the basket. Texas James, just a great adjustment and then pass, and Falcons continue to play well. Joey Benali, though. Benali is going to match out with his team's first 3 of the game. In fact, they haven't really had a lot of output. That's only the 3rd field goal for the Sand Devils in the entire game. They hit one earlier this quarter, a 2-pointer. They had a 2-point basket in the first period, and the only one in that quarter. Now they're starting to wake up. Max Reed under the basket. Shot is good, and another Falcons timeout. They're going to take a full timeout on this one. That's the 3rd timeout they've spent this first half. Coach Goklish pulling out all the stops to try to get a win on the road against the Sand Devils. And we're tied now at 13. Stand by for more Northland Basketball presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
Back to the action after the Falcons have spent a timeout. Taking a look at the Page Sand Devils bench. Can't find a gentleman that I wanted to highlight for a second over there. He was with the coaches before the game and thought he was on the coaching staff, but he's a gentleman named Bubba Billy, and wanted to talk about him for a moment. Is Bubba one of the coaches? Do we see him? Yeah, right there behind him. See the gentleman with the goatee right behind the players there? White shirt on, right sandwiched in the middle of that screen. That's Bubba Billy. The pink lady just walked by him. So Bubba Billy, we'll get another shot of him when we get a better chance in a little bit. As you watch the turnaround by Brent Aday, misses it underneath. Homer Fall has the offensive rebound, and he's got his first bucket as well for the Falcons. They pull ahead again, 15-13. That gentleman there named Bubba Billy, one of the basketball coaches here at Page. So I met him briefly before the game, and he said, hey, you probably know, did you ever work with my grandfather, is what he asked me. Did you ever work with my grandpa? And I said, I don't know, who's your grandpa? And he said, there he is in the middle of the screen, right there, Bubba Billy. He said, my grandpa was Harry Billy. Harry Billy. And I, of course, immediately recognize the legendary broadcaster, Harry Billy, who worked, as far as I ever knew him in my childhood, he worked for KDJI Radio out of Holbrook for many, many years. And in fact, at the start of my radio broadcasting career, I worked with Harry Billy for about 1 year. I didn't get to know him well because he always did the morning show during the weekdays, and I did some weekend work. And so I didn't get to see Harry Billy very much. I'd hear him on the morning broadcast on our station. And of course, I grew up hearing him in the background of my childhood, the radio always playing. And Harry Billy was an all-time legendary Arizona broadcaster. And if you knew him, you know what I'm talking about. That shot right there is no good. Bryce Williams. Score stays at 15-13 Alchesay. Here's Joey Benali walking the ball into front court for the Sand Devils. Harry Billy, one of the all-time greats. And I think Merlin Billy is the son of Harry and the father of Bubba Billy from around these parts. Brent Aday with the shot. He's got 3 buckets in the second quarter now, starting to pace this attack for the Falcons. And a steal, a takeaway. Good defense right there for Frankie Lee. Aday's jump shot, no good there. Max Reed comes down with the Sand Devils rebound. They trail by 4 right now, about the halfway mark of the second quarter. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. Halftime report is coming up. And another takeaway. Frankie Lee has it. To Homer Fall, left side. Not going to happen. Offensive rebound and put back for Brent Aday. And Brent's coming to life for sure. 8 points in the quarter, 9 points in the game. And the Falcons pull ahead 19-13 with now exactly 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Shot block. Chauncey Newhall blocks it. The official's going to talk it over and say Chauncey was arguing that he blocked it and then knocked it out of bounds off of the Sand Devil player. There's the block. Great defense. The officials did not see any contact on Page, so the inbound for the Sand Devils. They've got it. And a pull-up jumper. Left side looks good. Joey Benali for 3, his second 3 of the game. 19-16. Falcons. Nice dish by Chauncey. Brent Aday. That combo, those two guys, they are terrific. And Brent has 10 points in the quarter, 11 points in the half for the Falcons, whose lead is 5 right now. Pull up 3 left side, try to close that gap a bit. And the shot was no good for Bryce Williams. Another attempt goes up for the Sand Devils, and that'll be a Falcons foul to send them to the line. The guy that committed the foul, Chauncey Newhall, his second foul today. And that'll put Lewis Tate. Lewis Tate at the line for Page.
Lewis Tate will shoot for the Sand Devils.
21-16 in the score here. Lewis. Shot is good.
Back in court for Page, number 21, Jackson Smith.
And Lewis to try and make this game 3 points. He does. It's 21-18. The lead for the Falcons. Playing some good basketball. Trying to bounce back from last night's disappointment at home. They lost to Ganado by 2. They're going to give this one up. Bounce pass intended for Newhall, trying to get to the corner. And it's out of his reach, out of bounds. It'll go back the other direction. Thanks for joining us for an afternoon showdown in the 3A North. We kind of like these early start times on a weekend. Let's get more of them, okay? we like that a lot. Jackson Smith from outside, no good for the Sand Devils. Rebound, Max Reed keeping it alive for Page. To Smith, he'll pull up at 13 feet. Shot is no good, but he is on his way to the free throw line. And the personal foul called on Frankie Lee. That's Frankie's second foul today. On his way back into the game is Brett Alchesay for the Falcons. Brett will replace Frankie after the foul committed. And Jackson Smith, we'll see if he can make this a little bit closer game. Smith is 3 of 3 at the foul line in the game as he makes that first one. So it's a 2-point difference. And for the first time into the game is Max Antonio for the Falcons. Max Antonio checks in, replaces Texas James. Texas has one of my current favorite Northland basketball names, Texas James. You're named after a state. I just love that. Like the Arizona kids over at Tuba City. All those, the Arizona family. Ran into Cheryl, Arizona last night at the Wildcat Den. She stopped in and said hi to us. Here's the inbound. Jackson Smith for the Sand Devils. Max Reed swinging around left side. There's Smith again. Nothing there for him. To Williams and then Reed again from the top. Way downtown really and missed it. Got his own rebound. Pull up right side. The 16-footer, no good that time. Williams had it for a moment. Lost the handle. And the Falcons get possession. Max Antonio now up into front court. Chauncey Newhall for 3. Chauncey knocks it down. And Chauncey's got his third 3 of the contest. The Mount Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report comes up at halftime. Northland basketball fans, inside it goes, and the shot is good. Talon Herder. See, I'm telling you, Talon's the low block king, man. I love that shot of his underneath. He gets it away quickly, really gets angles for good position. He's a terrific low blocks player, and I've never really seen Talon much. We saw him last year a bit, didn't play as much as he does now. Looking good for the Sand Devils. There will be a whistle just now on the Falcons, picking up the foul. As you watch that one go out of bounds. Oh boy, Chauncey just picked up foul number 3 of the game, and Coach can't afford to take him off. Minute 42 left in the half. Coach Goklish will leave his star player out there on the floor. As Joey Benali fails to hit the first free throw. And the instructions, I'm sure, were explicit. He talked to Chauncey. I'm sure he said, you cannot foul again. Not this half. Not in this final 92 seconds. Hey, nice squeeze between the defenders, and that was a nice underhanded assist by Bryce Williams. Oh, no, not Bryce. Pardon me. Jeremiah Lavender. Was Brent Aday getting the opportunity with the bucket. I believe that was Brent that made the shot. Sand Devils trailing by 5. It's 26-21 Alchesay, closing in on the end of the first half here. Talon Herder draws 2 defenders down low. And the foul is committed by Brett Alchesay, his first of the game. Chauncey Newhall will sit for the final minute and 2. He will come out of the game eventually. Chauncey's had another very good first half of basketball for the Falcons, except that 3 fouls now on his personal count. That hurts a lot. Chauncey leaves the floor, gives his guys some encouragement. Homer Fall is back in. Texas James returns. Ty Gashoni back on the floor for the Falcons. And Talon Herder at the foul line. Second one, well, he missed them both. Alchesay in the front court. Texas James, the behind-the-back dribble, trying to beat Jackson Smith, and the bounce pass on the baseline. Brent Aday couldn't quite get the fadeaway. And Herder has the Sand Devil rebound. 40 seconds left in the first half. 26-21. Drive, baseline, glass, good. Bryce Williams with a burst of speed, and he gets his first points of the game. Falcons in front by 3. Trying to take down some of the shot clock right here. In fact, no shot clock for this final 16 seconds. Outside, Texas James. Now 6 on the game clock, and a stolen pass by Herder. From half court, a foul. 3 free throws on the way, and we might have a tie game going into halftime. Texas James tried to prevent the shot, and he made a lot of contact. And really an aggressive foul from the spot it came. I'm not sure you want to foul like that. You certainly want to contest the shot, but you'll see Texas get right into him right there. I mean he was going to make sure that didn't go in from half court. That will leave 0.2 seconds on the clock, and they will play out the 0.2. You're going to catch it, and time will expire. Let's see if Joey Bonali can tie the game at the foul line. He's going to get 3 foul shots right here. He did miss. Last time he was at the line, he missed both foul shots. Then he'll miss the first one here. So we know the Falcons will have a halftime lead. Our clock says 2.0. It's actually 0.2. And that free throw wouldn't go in. Boy, Bonali struggling at the line. He's hit 2 threes in the first half, but he's 0 for 4 at the free throw line. Finally, one does go in on the inbound. Touch it, and the time will expire. That's it. Halftime is here, everybody. And the Alchesay Falcons, in spite of the long trip, the late arrival, and the very short warm-up time, the Alchesay Falcons played a great first half of basketball and take a 26-24 halftime lead over the hometown team, the Page Sand Devils. Thank you to Choice NTUA Wireless for their invaluable sponsorship of Northland basketball. On the way in a few moments, everybody, it is the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. And we'll return to Page for more of this one and the halftime breakdown right after this. Stand by.
You may qualify for free internet with Choice NTUA Wireless. If you already have Choice Tribal Lifeline, then you may also qualify for a free home internet connection with the Affordable Connectivity Program. Visit one of our Choice NTUA Wireless locations nearest you to get started. Give us a call at 928-730-2273 or go online now to choice-wireless.com/ACP and get qualified for a free internet connection today. Choice NTUA Wireless. Navajo owned, Navajo proud.
The team at Beeman Well Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beeman Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beeman Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beeman Well Drilling.
We get it. The last thing you probably want is a trip to the hospital. But the first thing you should consider is where you'll receive the best healthcare experience. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, we strive to be the community's preferred healthcare provider. Need a home doctor visit, a wellness appointment, or to utilize the latest CT and MRI technology? Our professionally trained staff will care for you with empathy and purpose. White Mountain Regional Medical Center is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Every home has a story to tell, and your furniture sets the stage. From classic to contemporary, farmhouse to European, the Furniture Gallery will match your taste with the perfect centerpiece or accent. Make each room in your home a place to gather, connect, and create lasting memories. The Furniture Gallery doesn't just sell furniture. They deliver comfort, quality, and unparalleled customer service. The Furniture Gallery, located in Snowflake, helps make a house a home, and they'll do whatever it takes to make you a customer for life.
When exactness is ordered, Hatch Concrete will deliver. We provide ready-mix concrete for any size job, from the do-it-yourself project to the professional construction project, delivering a variety of aggregate to suit your concrete or construction needs from granite to cinders. Hatch Concrete is not just another ready-mix concrete company. We provide quality service, quality concrete, concrete pumping, and Fox blocks where quality is not just a name, but a tradition. At Hatch Concrete, this mud's for you.
What can you do for that special Valentine in your life? How about take them out for a romantic steak dinner at Cattleman's Steakhouse, followed by 2 movie tickets to the WME theaters. Then let them know their name is in the hat to win a Valentine adventure they will never forget. Premium VIP front row tickets to Blake Shelton live in concert with special guests Dustin Lynch and Emily Ann Roberts. And if it couldn't get any better, add $1,000 cash. Happy Valentine's Day. If you have a broken windshield, call the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint and treat your Valentine to steak dinner, the movies, and a shot at front row tickets to see Blake Shelton live in concert and $1,000 cash. Call today.
536-5972 Mountain Mobile Auto Glass cash back to you. Woohoo!
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
Welcome back, Northland basketball fans. Halftime score of this matchup of Northland basketball at the Sports Zone. The halftime score is Alchesay 26, Page 24. Take a look at the highlights. Those of you watching the live video stream. Great job by our production team putting it together for you. Our technical director is Julio K, and he's the guy giving you those looks right there, right now. Northland basketball is brought to you by Choice NTUA Wireless. Our halftime report is presented by Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. And at halftime, Alchesay is led in scoring by Brent Ade. Brent is, he's putting it together, isn't he? 10 points in the second quarter. Help make sure his team keeps pace out there. Remember, this Alchesay team's ranked number 34 in the state. They've played a lot of close games, but haven't really figured out a way to win most of those close games. They've lost most of the close games that they've played. And if they can just kind of turn that corner, figure it all out, well, they might give themselves a good chance in the 3A North Region tournament to get to a top 2 finish in that tournament. And that would guarantee a state playoff trip for the Falcons. Overall record of 7-18 coming into this game. But let's look at just some of those games along the way that have been so close that they've lost. They lost to Safford by 3 points. They lost to Winslow by 2 points. 2 very close games right there that could have gone either way. They lost to Tucson High Magnet School. Oh, pardon me, that was a bigger loss. Pardon me on that. They lost to Ganado by 3 points. They lost to Page earlier at Alchesay by 5 points. I mean, they played this highly ranked Page team very close in that game. Tuba City was an 8-point loss. Monument Valley was a 5-point loss. And then just last night, Ganado, I said a 2-point loss. It was a 3-point loss, 74-71 last night. So the Falcons could easily be 3 or 4 games better than what they are right now. And they've looked pretty good in the first half, grabbing this halftime lead over the hometown Sand Devils. And it's Brent Ade with 13 points, leading the way at halftime. Chauncey Newhouse played a great first half with 9 points, but watch out for him because he's got 3 personal fouls. Jeremiah Lavender, 2 points. Homer Fall has 2 points for the Falcons. And on the other side, the high point man is Joey Benali. Scored all 7 of his points in the second quarter. Talon Herter has 6 points. Max Reed with 4 points. Jackson Smith with 3 points. And a pair of Sand Devils with 2 points apiece. Bryce Williams has 2, and Lewis Tate has 2 points as well for the Sand Devils. I'm very impressed by the low post play of Talon Herter. I'd like to see them push the ball inside more to Talon. But maybe the big thing is this. The big glaring stat is that Tyree Stingley, who is a 1,000-point scorer in his career at Page and might eventually get to 2,000 points, certainly 1,500 before he's all said and done. He's just a junior right now. And Tyree Stingley has no points. He hasn't scored in this game, and he does have 2 personal fouls. So they've got to figure out a way to unleash him in the second half. If he has the kind of half of basketball that he's capable of, well then, you know, Tyree, he just takes over games and makes it so difficult on the opponent, but he hasn't really done a whole lot in the first half of this one. No points yet for Tyree Stingley. 2 personal fouls. Well, we're going to grab a timeout, sports fans. Well, hold on a minute. We're going to get a shot of gentleman down the end of the block there on the end of the bench there at Page. There he is. That's Bubba Billy. Bubba Billy, young man who is the grandson of the great Harry Billy. Passed away many, many years ago. But not before etching his name in history as one of the all-time great broadcasters in our part of the state. Harry Billy, the longtime KDJI broadcaster, and I don't know where else he worked, but he was undoubtedly a broadcaster in other places as well. But the machine gun, rapid-fire Navajo language delivery of Harry Billy will never again be matched, and his name still rings out among those who remember him from many years ago. And in my childhood, Harry Billy was famous. And Bubba was talking about, you can see videos of him. He's seen videos of live remotes that Harry would do, and the turnout from people in the hundreds turning out to shake hands with and meet Harry Billy way back in the day. And it was good to meet him and good to hear the story of how he's related to Harry Billy, who I got to work with for about a year when I first started broadcasting way back in the mid-'80s, the mid-1980s. And that was toward the tail end of Harry Billy's career. I was inducted into the Arizona Broadcasters Hall of Fame last week or the week before now. I can't even remember. The days, they blend in one to another. And I will promise you this. Harry Billy belongs in the Arizona Broadcasters Association Hall of Fame. Harry Billy belongs there way before I do. 26-24, the halftime score as we wrap up the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. Thank you to Mountain Mobile Auto Glass in Tint for their sponsoring partnership of Northland basketball. Out on the floor, we're ready to go for the second half, so we'll stay right here with it, everybody, and remind you that this is Northland basketball, presented by Choice, NTUA Wireless. Inbound pass for the Sand Devils, and the second half gets underway. We'll check the Sand Devils starting 5 for the half. Joey Benali, Bryce Williams, Jackson Smith are all out there. So is Talon Herter, and this guy shooting a 3 from way downtown. That's Tyree Stingley, and he came up short on the shot. It belongs to the Falcons after the rebound, and the second half is underway on this broadcast of Northland basketball. Thank you, Choice and NTUA Wireless. They are the presenting sponsors of the Northland, or rather the 3A North Region basketball tournament next Thursday, Friday, Saturday in Window Rock. Get ready for it. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We'll be there providing you live, high-definition video stream coverage here at the Sports Zone. And just remember, when you plan to go there, there is going to be some challenges with parking, but they will spell out where you can park. There will be off-site parking for the 3A North Region tournament, and they will have shuttles to get you to the arena. Hey, nice kind of modified Euro step by Bryce Williams, and Williams got his first points of the second half. And we are tied, everybody, tied at 26, and a Tyree Stingley rebound off that miss. See if the Falcons relinquish the lead right here? Not for a moment. Chauncey Newhall bats away the Stingley pass, and he gets it back for a three-point try in transition. That's no good. Offensive rebound. The follow is good. Nice looking follow by Texas James. And his shot good over the top of the taller Jackson Smith to recapture the lead for the Falcons. They lead 28-26. 90 seconds into the second half. Swing it around left side from the baseline. Oh, nice delivery by Joey Benali to Talon Herter. And a foul. The shot is good. The end one on the way. And the guy that committed the foul, they say, is Jeremiah Lavender. And oops, Jeremiah's got 4 personal fouls now in the game. So Jeremiah will have to exit. There he goes. The guy that replaces him for the Falcons is Kyron Duncan. Kyron joins guys like Brent Aday. Brent leads the team in scoring with 13 points. Chauncey Newhall's had a great game. 3 threes for him in the game so far, and he's out there on the floor. So is Texas James. As you watch the end one go in for Talon Herter. Let's see who else is out there for the Falcons. I think I missed one name. That's Frankie Lee. Frankie Lee in this Falcons lineup as the second half gets going. There's a pass down low, and that's out of bounds off of the Falcons. Homer Fall will check into the game. And Homer is going to go get Kyron Duncan. Kyron's trip to the floor there lasted a solid 7.3 seconds. Inbound for the Sand Devils up the right sideline. A 29-28 lead. Did I mention that? Did I mention the Sand Devils have captured the lead here in the second half? Benali to the corner. Tyree Stingley feeds inside the paint, and it's rejected by Brent today. The shot blocked. Scooped up by the Falcons, and a three goes up, and it's good from the right side. The lead belongs once again to the Falcons thanks to Frankie Lee. Frankie's first points of the game, 31-29 Falcons. There's a three on the opposite side from the corner, and that one is good for Tyree Stingley, his first points of the game. Open, another three try, and the Falcons unable to make it, and we'll get a foul on the rebound. That's Joey Benali. Came down on top of the Falcons player. Benali's first foul of the game. I have only 3 fouls registered on the Sand Devils in that first half. Nobody in real trouble. Tyree Stingley has 2 fouls. But the Falcons have some trouble. Jeremiah Lavender, a starter, has 4 personal fouls. Chauncey Newhall is out there on the floor right now playing with 3 fouls. Brent today, the pull-up, and look at that shot. Oh, I thought it was going in for Brent. It's a little unusual shot attempt, but it wouldn't quite go in, and there's a big-time rejection by Tyree Stingley. Tyree said, no, not this time. Inbound to Aday. Chauncey Newhall, the crossover. Trying to escape the defense, and he'll lose it out of bounds. That's off of Newhall out of bounds. Watch the rejection again. The head fake didn't work. Well, maybe it wasn't exactly a shot attempt. It looked like maybe he was trying to throw the ball across the paint to his teammate. One way or the other, Stingley said, forget about it. There's a three that won't go in for the Sand Devils. Falcons have the rebound. Page has the lead, 32-31 right now. Newhall inside the foul line, forces a pass inside. Homer Fall picks up a loose ball, and he's got the bucket for the Falcons, his second basket today. And then a whistle, and Newhall dropping back on defense, twisted his ankle, and he's going to get himself to the bench. And we're going to have to hope that Chauncey is okay. That is a guy that this Falcons team can ill afford to be without. Let's hope that it's nothing too serious. It looked pretty bad, to be honest with you, though he didn't end up on the ground. Stayed on his feet, on his foot. Underneath, well, that's Herter, Talon Herter, unable to make it inside. Ball saved in defensively by Tyree Stingley, but to the Falcons, and they'll set their defense. Texas James Frankie Lee now back outside. This is Max Antonio. Drive, shot, and James' shot is no good off the glass. There's Tyree Stingley scoop up the rebound for these Page Sand Devils. Whistle and a Texas James personal foul. Second of the game on James. Coming into the game is Tyga Shoney for the Falcons. He replaced Frankie Lee in their lineup. Jackson Smith will throw it in for the Sand Devils from the sideline, opposite their bench. To Stingley, back to Smith, and now outside for Joey Benali to try a three, misses it. And a rebound inside for Tyree Stingley, and he'll put it in off the glass. Tyree's now got 5 points, all of that right here in this first half of the third quarter. 34-33 the score now. Sand Devils in front. Falcons trying to work with it. Gashoni pull up on the baseline, and that's going to come up short. The defender in front of him was Talon Herter. Stingley rebound. He's got a handful of rebounds today now for the Sand Devils. Smith outside Stingley. Steps into the free throw line for a shot, no good. Joey Benali rebound. His awkward follow is no good there. And it's rebounded and brought back the other direction by Max Antonio. And now the reverse lay-in tries no good for a day. It bounces off a Sand Devil skull, and it's picked up by the Falcons. Somebody got headbutted by the basketball. Antonio. Gashoni in the paint, the Euro step drive. And they're going to call this one offensive. Player control foul. And Gashoni gets up limping now. He's holding the upper left thigh area after the contact right there. You be the judge, folks. Old school basketball, you know, you might not call that. Look at the gentleman in the middle of the screen right there. I believe his name is Troy. Troy Stingley, the father of Tyree Stingley, who's got the basketball now for the Sand Devils, who will try a three. Tyree, this great Sand Devils athlete who gets a nice second chance basket. Look at Tyree get the finish, making his dad proud, I'm sure. Dad up there in the crowd. There he is again. Well, and I think his name is Troy. I didn't confirm that as the first name, but Troy is the son of Jackie Stingley. And Jackie Stingley, much like Harry Billy, who is a Holbrook, Arizona legend, Jackie Stingley is a Holbrook, Arizona legend. He was one of the best basketball players in Holbrook Roadrunner history. And I think he won a state championship back in the 70s with the Roadrunners. Again, one of the all-time greats at Holbrook High School. And, if you put an all-time Holbrook High School basketball team together, I think Jackie Stingley is in the top 5 with that team. And here's his grandson, Tyree Stingley, carrying on the tradition of basketball greatness. He's such a good player. And with under 2 minutes on the clock here in the third quarter, the Falcons will get the ball in after a Stingley free throw goes in. A minute 42. Left in the third quarter. There's a shot from the baseline. Falcons miss, but Brent today rebounds it, and his fadeaway on the baseline looks good. That's a James Worthy-like fadeaway from the baseline, and Brent make that one look real easy. He's got 15 points for the Falcons. 37-35. The Sand Devils in front of Alchesay in the corner. Now the drive and wrap around. Beautiful pass by Joey Benali to Talon Herter. Herter gets the points, but you've got to love that distribution by Benali. What an assist. And a 4-point Sand Devils lead. Sand Devils are in second place in the 3A North region. Came in with a 9-3 record. to this one today. And they are going to finish, regardless of the outcome today, finish as the number 2 team in the region and get the number 2 seed for the upcoming 3A North Region basketball tournament. The outcome of this game affects Alchesay more than it does the Sand Devils. We'll get a whistle and a foul called on Bryce Williams. He's got 2 fouls in the game. The inbound comes in for the Falcons to Brent Ade outside Chauncey Newhall, and he's going to miss that 3. Just did miss. And a Badali rebound for the Sand Devils. 28 seconds left, third quarter. Here's a drive and adjustment. And Bryce Williams unable to make the shot. No shot clock for the Falcons as they bring it up the floor after their rebound, and Chauncey Newhall has the dribble. Sand Devils going to come out and contest everything. And so Coach Goklish, he wants to get points out of this last possession of the third quarter. 11 seconds on the clock as he calls a timeout from the bench. And we remind you that we have 1 regular season basketball broadcast remaining. We are scheduled to cover a game. I believe we're scheduled to cover a game at Sholo this week, later on this week, if I'm not mistaken. How about that win last night for the... Oh, let's see. Who was that got the win over the Sholo Lady Cougars? Snowflake. The Snowflake Lady Lobos beat the number 1 ranked Sholo Cougars. Now, there's an asterisk when you talk about the loss by Sholo, and that is that the 2 best players on that team, the Wilson sisters, they were not there. They were at an academic competition, which, by the way, I know you hate to see the loss on the record, but I love that the priority there is there for the academic part of things, and that they competed there in that competition. Unfortunately for the teammates, it's a loss on the record, which in all likelihood wouldn't have happened if they were there to play the game. That's what happens, and Sholo probably going to lose that number 1 seed for the upcoming state playoffs. One way or the other, the third quarter comes to an end, and the Sand Devils lead the Falcons 39-35. We're back with the fourth quarter of this boys game in a moment. Northland basketball presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.
With Choice NTUA Wireless, you can work, stream, surf, and play with the full power of our broadband service. We have expanded our network for more coverage and improved internet plans for your home. Visit one of our Choice NTUA Wireless locations nearest you to get started. Give us a call at 928-730-2273 or go online now to choice-wireless.com/broadband and order your home internet connection today. Choice NTUA Wireless. Navajo owned, Navajo proud.
Not only does Perkins Cinders dominate site excavation, driveway building, and underground utility installation, they operate cinder pits and mines where they are literally crushing materials year-round. Don't just finish a construction job, crush it. Perkins Cinders, helping you get a load of this.
And the fourth quarter begins here at Page High School. Welcome back, everybody. Brent Ade's fadeaway for the Falcons on their opening fourth quarter possession will not go in, and Tyree Stingley cleans it up for the Sand Devil defense, gets the rebound, and the Sand Devils go back to work. Here they go, baseline drive, Bryce Williams, beautiful finish. And Bryce has 6 points for the Sand Devils, and their lead is 6 points now. 41-35, Page in front of the Alchesay Falcons. Alchesay led at halftime, and they have had a lead much of the game, but now it's the Sand Devils taking over as Chauncey Newhall tries to get one to go in the paint, and we'll get a jump ball after he misses the shot. Jump ball possession, Sand Devils. And we've got 7:15 remaining in regulation as we bring you back to Northland basketball presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. The Page Sand Devils hosting the Alchesay Falcons early Saturday afternoon showdown in the 3A North. The girls' game is slated to go second as they change up the order of games here on this Saturday afternoon. Page Lady Sand Devil basketball reigns supreme, so they do that once in a while. They'll play the girls' game in what you would consider more the primetime spot, the second game of the doubleheader. Hey, what a pass underneath Brent Ade. Ends up with the finish, and if I'm not mistaken, it was Jeremiah Lavender with that gorgeous assist. And Brent, the beneficiary, 17 points in the game for Brent. 4 points separating the teams. Page in front, 41-37. There's Lavender there. He's got some foul trouble. But boy, I tell you, that pass that he threw a moment ago to set up Brent's bucket, that was a thing of beauty. 41-37. Sand Devils in front. And let's check some personnel changes here. A minute 20 into the quarter. So I'll give you the current personnel on the floor for the Falcons. Defending Tyree Stingley outside is Chauncey Newhall. Tough assignment for Chauncey. He's up to the challenge. You got Chauncey out there on the floor. Also, Brett Kosey in the lineup right now. Jeremiah Lavender, number 2, is out there. There's Brent Aday defensively, wearing jersey number 3. And then the 5th, is Frankie Lee. Frankie Lee defensively for the Falcons, wearing number 5. Deep downtown, shot on the way. Stingley missed the 3. Frankie Lee, the long rebound for the Falcons, and he'll bring it up the floor. And there is Tyree Stingley breaking up a pass, getting the steal. Boy, when he traps you, I mean, he's got such real estate that he covers. It's hard for you to get a pass away. And he showed exactly why right there. And we're going to get a Chauncey Newhall foul. 6:07 remaining. And look at this. Falcons are going to call what I think is their final timeout. Let's see here. And that might be their final timeout. If it's not, and they only have one other timeout remaining, and that is the 4th foul of the game on Chauncey Newhall. Wow, tough. Chauncey's going to have to walk it way back on defense. No timeouts remaining. That was it. Coach Koklish pulling out all the stops, calls his final timeout with 6:06 remaining in this one. We'll stay here to remind you of a couple of things. Remind you that Sports Zone will have wall-to-wall coverage of the 3A North Region basketball tournament in Window Rock starting on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And we also want to remind you that we will have as much playoff coverage as is humanly possible for us. Of course, we can only be with our A team at one playoff game at a time. It means we'll do our very best to provide you what we can of our playoff coverage. But keep this in mind when we get to the quarterfinals, and we expect a number of our teams from the 3A North and East regions to be in the quarterfinals of the state playoffs. And when we get there in Prescott Valley, those games will be on the NFHS network. So when we get close to that time frame and those quarterfinal teams are known, the matchups are known, we'll get those games published to be played on the network, a couple of days in advance of those matchups. And when we do, that'll be an opportunity for you to subscribe to the NFHS network, subscribe through our games and through our channel, the Sports Zone Radio channel. If you'll do that, that will give us some very important credit and help to underwrite our costs to broadcast those games. And your appreciation, or your subscriptions are appreciated. Talon Herder makes 1 out of 2 free throws for the Sand Devils after a foul called on Brett Kosey a moment ago. 43-37, the Sand Devils with the lead. Trap at half court. Chauncey Newhall has the ball. Crossover, and his pass to the baseline is stolen. Brett. Well, that was Benali on the defensive end of things that read that pass beautifully. The runner on the baseline, no good for Bryce Williams. And look at the sneaky move underneath by Tyree Stingley, but he gets called for the travel. Let me mention our officials out there for this one tonight, or this afternoon. Our officials include Neil Yazzie. There he is. There's Neil to hand the ball off. Also, Brian Ekoff. Brian Ekoff is one of our officials today. That's Mike Seeby right there, Mike Seeby. And then Brian Ekoff is patrolling the other sideline. There he is. There he is in the shot, and he blows his whistle. Brian Ekoff. These 3 outstanding officials. as you get a whistle called on Sand Devils. What did they call on that? I guess they called that on the Falcons. Sorry, Riley Burrell is in the game, and Burrell gets called for that foul. First of the game as he just checked in. We have about 5.5 minutes remaining in regulation here. Page 43. Alchesay 37. We were hoping that today would be the day we could give away the $50 gas cards to an official. As Max Reed pulls up and hits a three-pointer for the Sand Devils here with 5:05 remaining in regulation. The lead, the biggest of the game for Page, 9 points. They lead 46-37. There's a whistle. And there is a Bryce Williams foul. Bryce Williams gets called for the hold. 3 fouls on Bryce in this game. 4:59 remaining. So those officials, got a good crew of officials. We always do. I mean, these officials are outstanding up here in our part of the state. We need more of them, so we need you to become an official. But the Sports Zone wants to honor one of the officials that covers these games in this area, but giving away that $50 in gas cards to the Maverick stores. And it looks like that's probably not going to happen, the giveaway, until the region tournament. But one way or the other, we say thank you to the outstanding officials, the men, the women that we get to see all across this part of the state. The work that they do, the sacrifices they make, the mileage and territory that they cover. There's a nice pass inside and a good finish. It's Riley Burrell off the bench and his first points of the game for the Falcons. 7-point lead for Tyree Stingley and the Sand Devils. Stingley on the baseline. Back outside, Williams for 3. No good. Benally tracks down the offensive rebound. Stingley for 3. That one no good. Who's going to get it? Williams, Burrell, tied up, jump ball. Sand Devils were trying to call a timeout as soon as their guy got hands on it. Now they're going to discuss whether or not it's a jump ball or a timeout. And I got to say this, whether or not it is a jump ball, the timeout should be taken. They should take the timeout because it was called for by a player on the court and the coach. It doesn't matter if there's a jump ball there or not. You call timeout when you got your hands on it. It's a timeout. At least that's the way I see it. No timeout assessed. And Brent Aday will split the defenders with his dribble. And the backdoor cut. Beautiful pass by Brent, but Azari Alchesay into the game couldn't make his shot. We'll get a whistle in backcourt. And it does look like Bryce Williams guilty of a foul. That's 4 in the game on Bryce. Jackson Smith comes back into the game for the Sand Devils to replace Williams. Number 21, Jackson Smith, back in this Sand Devil lineup. Inbound. Texas James is back on the floor as well. He for the Falcons. Chauncey Newhall try to pick and roll, doesn't work. Newhall gets it back and he dribbles out to the angle. Drive, dish. Quick little pass off his teammate's hands, and Brent Aday is there to scoop up the garbage and throw it in the trash can. Well done by Brent Aday. Did I say, did that work? My little call there. From downtown, it's good! Joey Benally connecting for the Sand Devils. And on the make, the Sand Devils call timeout. They lead 49-41 here at Sand Devil Gymnasium. Take another look at the beautiful release. Nothing but nets for Joey Benally and his team on top by 8. Stand by for Northland basketball to continue right here, presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.
With Choice NTUA Wireless, you can work, stream, surf, and play with the full power of our broadband service. We have expanded our network for more coverage and improved internet plans for your home. Visit one of our Choice NTUA Wireless locations nearest you to get started. Give us a call at 928-730-2273 or go online now to choice-wireless.com/broadband and order your home internet connection today. Choice NTUA Wireless. Navajo owned, Navajo proud.
Hey, got some cool comments on our Sports Zone live chat on the Facebook page talking about Harry Billy. Ray Chi says, I remember Harry Billy. He used to begin his broadcasting with a rooster, followed by number one nation as the Falcons. Falcons get another bucket, and Brent Aday is the guy. Brent is, boy, what a great game by Brent. Another great game by Brent. He always turns in quality performance for the Falcons. He's got 21 points in the game now. And it's a 6-point game. 2:40 remaining. Travel. Max Reed took the extra step for the Sand Devils, and the Falcons will get it back. Look, a big three right here. Get your your fans that travel, get them involved a bit. That would help a lot. Pull up long two is no good for a day. Stingley's got the rebound for the Sand Devils. They'll take back over with 2:24 remaining in regulation. At the end of the game, we'll announce the Sports Zone's player of the game presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Max Reed missed a three, got it back, and lost it out of bounds. Falcons will take over with 2:15 left in the fourth quarter. The Sports Zone's player of the game presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center at the end of this and end of the contest. See somebody else out there. Let's see, Ray talking about Harry Billy. He said, I believe he was also a butcher downtown Holbrook by Safeway. Yes, he was a butcher. That's right. Good call, Ray Chi. Dolly Yesleth says, wow, we listened to KDJI all my childhood. Saw him once in Holbrook. Saw the legend, Harry Billy, once in Holbrook. Thanks for the comments right there. Nice drive and dish, but it's out of bounds off the Falcons. No, the Sand Devils knocked it out. Ray Chi says, I played with Jackie and the Hollins brothers, Jesse and Earl, and some res basketball tournaments. He played barefoot. Who played barefoot? Are you saying Jackie Stingley played barefoot? Wow. There's a whistle. This one out of bounds, and let's see who gets called. I think Stingley got called for the foul. Well, I don't know if Grandpa Jackie Stingley is the one he talked about playing barefoot, but Tyree has got some cool-looking red matching Page Sand Devil sneakers on. Inbound shot is good! Falcons aren't going anywhere right now. A moment ago, the third foul of the game on Tyree Stingley. Now the second of the game on Joey Benali. You count the bucket a moment ago for Brent Aday. He missed the foul shot. Needed that, really. That was a big foul miss right there. 49-45 is our score. There'll be a foul called on Micah Yazzie. Micah Yazzie of Alchesay.
Alan Herder will shoot for the Sand Devils.
Nice free throw. Clutch shot made. That's Talon Herder at the line, and Talon adds to his personal point total. 13 in the game for Talon. He's actually the leading scorer for the Sand Devils. Clutch shot there. Big shots for Talon Herder. He's might be in the driver's seat for the Sports Zone's player of the game, brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. We'll announce that in a moment, but Sand Devils got to hold on and win to get that player of the game. Texas James stops. Back to Aday on the baseline. That shot goes in. What a game for Brent Aday. He had a huge second quarter, scored 12 of his points in the second quarter, now has 10 more points in the fourth quarter. 25 overall for Aday, who ties up Stingley near half court, nearly tied him up. And from the bench, Justin Smith, the head coach, calls a Page timeout with a minute 16 remaining in this one. Hard-fought, scrappy battle going on the floor right now. This Falcons team, they've been on the wrong end of some hard luck finishes and lost some close games this year. And another close game that they find themselves trailing in. Can they finish it? Can they close it out and get a win here tonight at Page? That's what they've got in mind, of course. Great crowd on a Saturday afternoon here in Page, Arizona, USA. 51-47, the Sand Devils lead right now with a minute 11 remaining in regulation. Let's mention that you're listening live and local on Mix 98 KRFM Sholo across the White Mountains. That's the broadcast home of the Sports Zone. We're around 20 minutes behind schedule on this. The girls' game supposed to start at 4. Actually, we're even further than 20 minutes behind now, aren't we? It's going to be somewhere closer to 4:30 before the girls' game starts. Inbound to Stingley. Just throw him a jump ball underneath. Jackson Smith celebrating on the inbound pass. Stingley took it away, and Brenda Day valiantly tried to defend it but couldn't. Shot good, and one on the way for Stingley, adding some insurance for his team. And it's good. 54-47. Page in front. Clock starts again. We approach 1 minute left in regulation. Texas James drive, dish. And the pull-up left side is good for who else? Brent today. What a performance by Brent. Can you give a guy in a losing cause the Sports Zone's player of the game? You can do it, but it's a rarity for sure. And Brent deserves some acknowledgement. Another timeout called from the Sand Devil bench. Coach Smith calling that time. It's a full timeout. 54-49. Page leads Alchesay. And 49 seconds remaining in regulation of this boys varsity showdown in the 3A North. We'll take this 30-second timeout. Come back in a moment with more Northland basketball presented by Choice, NTUA Wireless.
The team at Beam & Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
Thomas Curley checked in on the Sports Zone Radio's YouTube chat and said, I remember Harry Billy on radio, KDJI from Holbrook. Yes, sir. The legendary Harry Billy. We are about to close out the final 49 seconds of the boys varsity showdown. Inbound. The Sand Devils will chew some clock up here. 17 seconds on the shot clock. And they'll work it inside, and it's taken away. A day with the defensive play to get it from Jackson Smith to Brent. A day up in the front court. He'll try to lay one in. No good on the runner. Rebound Sand Devils. 25 seconds left. 5-point game. Trying to get the steal, trying to get a takeaway. Another Sand Devil timeout. They struggled in backcourt to control it. Coach Smith may have called his final timeout now. I think he did. It's a full timeout for the Sand Devils. We'll stay right here. They've got one left, one timeout left. We'll see if it matters at all in the final 20 and a half seconds. So the Falcons have to foul now as soon as they come out. They're going to have to get some contact out there. The Furniture Gallery in Snowflake helps us bring you Northland basketball. Thank you to the Furniture Gallery in Snowflake. Other comments? Let's see. Rachie said, yes, sir. Jackie played barefoot. I think it's because of the old slippery floor tiles. Well, that would mean then that he had the advantage, didn't he? Back in the day. Thank you all for joining us for our live broadcast coverage. Laverne So said, we just mentioning him to my grandkids the other day. Harry Billy told them that our first Navajo broadcaster from Holbrook before KTNN. Yep. Robin Billy, that's right. Robin reminds us. Harry Billy, they called him Crazy Engine Number 9. That is absolutely right. That was his nickname, Crazy Engine Number 9. Harry Billy. Personal foul whistled on the Falcons. Hey, immediately after we end this broadcast, we'll start a new one for the very shortly after we'll start a new one for the girls' game. Okay, so we always end this game to start a new game. You got to look for that broadcast on the Sports Zone Radio YouTube and Facebook channels. Bryce Williams with some insurance at the foul line with 18 seconds left. Made that first one. And the second as well. He's got 8 points in the game. We'll announce our Sports Zone's Player of the Game, brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center in just a moment. Up the floor, circle it around, and no good for Texas James. Rebound Tyree Stingley, and that is just about going to do it. 6.9 seconds. Let's get our votes in, guys. Who do you got over there, Mr. Producer? Sports Zone Player of the Game. Let me give you some numbers first of all. The high point man right now is Talon Herder with 14. Joey Benali has 11. Tyree Stingley now has 12. And Bryce Williams has 8 points. 7 points for Max Reed as well. Now, 13 points in the game for Tyree Stingley. Guys, so we have a vote. Is this one? Chauncey Newhall just hit a three to end the scoring, but that's it because the game is now over. We've got a vote for Joey Benali. Joey Benali picks up a vote for our Sports Zone Player of the Game. How about up on top? What do we got up there? What's that vote looking like? Another Joey Benali vote? Got a vote over there? Joey Benali. It's Joey Benali. He is our Sports Zone Player of the Game, presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. He had 11 points in the game. And part of a great team effort put together by this Page team today. By the way, my vote was going to be Talon Herder. I voted for Talon, but I got outvoted today. Talon, great job. Tyree Stingley played an outstanding second half for his team. All 13 of his points came in the second half. He, I'm sure, led the team in rebounding today and probably led him in steals as well. I mean, a complete game for Tyree, but he didn't get the votes. Didn't get the votes. That belongs to Joey Benali. We're going to talk to him in just a moment. We'll see if Justin Smith shows up. He's in the middle of a conversation with his coaches. We'll find out when that conversation can take place. Okay. Joey's heading to the locker room. You got to go to the locker room? Oh, he is. Okay. We'll do that. Listen, we'll grab a timeout, basketball fans. Coach wants to send his 3 seniors out here. The only chance to see Paige at home this year, and Coach wants to make sure those seniors get some pub, and I think they deserve it as well. So 59-50, the final score. Paige has defeated Alchesay. We're going to stay here for a moment. We'll talk with those 3 seniors for the. Oh yes, we're going to stay right here. We were going to grab a timeout, but it looks like the seniors are all going to come out and report and have a little discussion with us today. We'll begin with Ty Left Hand. Am I saying it right, Ty?
Yeah.
Let's get a little post game in. Hey, welcome back, everybody, to Northland basketball here at the Sports Zone. It's brought to you by Choice NTUA Wireless. We've announced our Sports Zone's Player of the Game. presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. That was Joey Benally, had 11 points and a solid game front to end for this Page team as they get a win today. Final score 59-50. Page beats the Alchesay Falcons. And let's talk with the trio of seniors on this Sand Devils team. Let's begin with number 14, Ty Left-Hand. Hey, Ty, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Congratulations on the win, man. That good effort by your Sand Devils teammates out there today.
Thank you.
Well, let's talk about the season that you guys have had so far. You're going to finish second in the 3A North region. Tripped up, stumbled a little bit against Ganado a couple of days ago to break that first place tie with Chin Lee. But congratulations on the year. What would you say about the year so far this Sand Devils team is having?
I think we're doing good. This team's great.
What are the expectations in your mind? How far do you think you can go?
We'll go pretty far. I believe in us.
Yeah.
And, the coach is good. We're going to go really far in the state.
And you got some solid talent, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah. I got to ask you the most important question of all, Ty. Ty Left-Hand with us. Ty, are you left-handed?
No.
You're right-handed.
Yeah.
I got you. Who was left-handed? Somebody back in your history, right? In family history, somebody was left-handed.
Maybe.
Yeah. Got to be somebody along the line there. Hey, good talking to you, my man. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
There's Ty Left-Hand, one of the seniors here for the Sand Devils team. He's going to pass it off, and we'll talk now to Lewis Tate. Lewis, part of the victory today as well. Hey, Lewis, how's it going?
It's going good.
All right, Lewis, give us your thoughts on your Sand Devil team. Nice bounce-back win, right, for you guys.
Yeah.
You kind of needed this going into the tournament, 3-8 North tournament. Tell us how important you feel like this win today was.
I feel like we needed this win to bounce back and really get our confidence back going into the offseason.
You looking forward to the tournament next week?
Yep. We're going to come hungry.
Yeah, no doubt about it, no doubt. And your Sand Devil team, I mean, you've got to like your prospects because you have so many good, solid pieces from Tyree and talent inside to your guard play. You feel like you've got the pieces you need?
Yeah, I do. I really do. They're gonna do some.
I got you. Well, thanks for joining us. And Lewis, good luck in the tournament coming up, okay?
Thank you.
There's Lewis Tate right there, one of the seniors for the Page Sand Devils. And let's talk to the final senior. Just 3 seniors on this team. This guy had a pretty solid effort tonight and was mentioned in the Sports Zone's Player of the Game conversation as well. Bryce Williams, 8 points on the night in the victory for the Sand Devils. Bryce, congratulations on the win.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, Bryce, that team you played out there today, that Falcons team, they meant business. They came to play, didn't they, today?
Yeah, they did.
Tough competition for you and a good test. Good test, close game. The final score, 58-52. And then the Falcons led for a good 2.5 quarters of this game. What is it that you guys did in that second half to take that lead and hold that lead against them?
I think it was just our energy that changed. Like, we came out with more intensity, like the second half than the first half, and we were more focused and we were more locked in.
Bryce, there's something about your game that is, I wouldn't say it's unique, but it's certainly uncommon. You've got this very fast baseline game. You love, it seems like, to work on that baseline. You go flying in there. A lot of times when I see guys going along the baseline as fast as you do, there's collisions, there's a lot of offensive fouls committed on that, player control fouls, but you've got some sort of sense about that. I didn't see you one time go in uncontrolled, and you had some really good finishes. Tell me about how you work on that baseline. That's not easy to do.
I don't know. Like, it's just something that's natural for me. So, like, I just get it. I just know when, like, the perfect timing. If I see, like, a guard, then, like, nobody's in the backside, so I just hurry up and go. Then I just get, like, an angle, then I just shoot it. So
you're super fast, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. That's a kind of danger zone right there. You don't have a lot of space to work in, so going at that speed anyway is something that not a lot of guys want to do. You do that really well, and a combination here of that and your defensive game, you're strong on that side. Page, the Sand Devils, You guys always play great defense. How would you grade your team defensively this year?
I'll say 10. We're a pretty good defensive team.
That's saying a lot, right? That's bold, my man. That is bold. I'll ask you the same question I asked your teammate a moment ago, and that is your thoughts, your confidence in this team and the pieces that you have. Do you feel like you're a good enough team to make a deep state playoff run?
Yeah, we'll be there on February 24th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
The underdog story, yeah.
Say it, man.
Yeah.
Preach it, dude.
Yeah, I got to speak into existence.
Bryce Williams,
yeah.
Confidence. All right, listen, good luck next week in the region tournament, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, great game for you. Congratulations on the win. There's Bryce Williams. Hey, he just put it right out there, boys and girls. Watch for them. He says February 24th, they'll be there at Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Phoenix. If you didn't know, that's the day the state championship games are played, Saturday, February 24th. Great talk there, Bryce, and his teammates, the seniors, Lewis Tate, and of course, wrapping it up out there, Ty Left Hand. We're going to talk to Coach. We're going to talk to Coach Smith in the girls' game a little bit and get his thoughts on the victory today as they have defeated the Alchesay Falcons 58-52. Everybody, Northland basketball, presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. Well, a victory for the Sand Devils here, and we're going to find out if the girls can do the same thing. Senior night, senior afternoon is what it is out here, and they're doing some celebrating on the floor. We'll have a little bit of a break between these two games, and we'll start the next broadcast, the girls' game, here in just a little bit, everybody. So do join us for that. Thank you to our producer, Derek Simmons. Great job there. Our technical director, Julio K. Wonderful job, Julio. And, of course, great job on camera by Jessica K. as well. For the entire team, Floyd Simmons, thanking you for joining us, saying God bless you, and reminding you that Page has defeated Alchesay in the boys' game 58-52. The girls' game is on the way next in just a couple of moments. Stand by for that. And look for the broadcast on our channel coming up, Northland Basketball, presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.